What's going on in the world? I'm the K.
And then them C, you already know.
We back to vibe with you guys one more time.
One more again.
Once again, we are late.
Hey, but it's all good because we still great. Hey.
So we're gonna let y'all sit back for a second. Go ahead and get everything you need to tune into this podcast right here, and we'll be back here in about.
Hold on. Get your popcorn, your potato chips, and your dip, and whatever you sipping on.
Oh Lord, and we'll be back here shortly. Stay tuned. And just like that, we back.
Like we never left.
All right, so
what we doing? What are we doing?
I'm gonna show you.
What are we doing? Sound like a Mario.
Oh God. Like Ray J.
Oh, Melon. One wish. That junk suck.
Alright. Okay, so here we go. You know, the majority of the topics that I find comes off of like different stuff that I see when I'm just browsing the intranet, right?
Mm-hmm.
The intranet.
The internet, yeah, whatever it's called.
So, this is it, right? It said wife bans mother-in-law who hung up pictures of husband's ex from her home, right? So, it says, before someone gets married, it's common for their friends to advise taking a close look at their partner's family to make sure they are okay with what they are marrying into. Because when their in-laws don't respect their boundaries, they can often have some over-the-top, even frightening ways of showing it. What are we talking about today?
We talking about in-laws?
Let's talk about in-laws.
Let's get it then. Let's get it like 220 midgets.
So, we've been married, going on 14 years?
Yep.
Is it going on 14 years we've been married?
Yeah, you should know this. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Time be flying. So, going on 14 years we've been married. So, we've had each other's families in our lives for that period of time, which is funny because even though we've been intertwined with each other's families, like you've been with my family, I've been with your family, our families have never intertwined with one another.
Yeah, they never met each other. I mean, and I blame not the internet. You gotta be saying internet. I blame the military for that, because we were gone. We weren't around my people.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Okay, yeah. But you gotta understand. Your people ain't never came to Georgia.
My people be in Atlanta all the damn time.
Your parents went to Atlanta.
I said my people. My parents will be wherever we request for them to be.
Yeah, it's sad.
So it's not like it's by choice.
So if we told your parents, "Hey, let's all go to Atlanta," they'll go.
This is my thing. Why we always gotta go to Atlanta?
I'm just asking a question.
Yes, they would go.
Okay. All right.
But you would think that the state of Georgia was an island and can't nobody cross state lines. It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
Yeah.
How's your relationship with your in-laws?
My relationship with my in-laws is superb. Like, for real. Like, they helped me out a lot. Because even in the beginning, your mama fed me like our songs. Look, I didn't have to rely on the D-Fat to eat. Your mama used to invite me over every night to eat, and your pops, man, dad, man, wonderful, man. Dude done gave me so much advice. He helped kind of build me, as a man, because he was really the only positive father figure like person that I ever had, So my relationship with my in-laws is off the chain, wonderful, and I love them dearly to the bottomless of my heart.
Bottomless of your heart?
Bottomless, yeah. It's unconditional, man. My mother-in-law is great. My father-in-law is great. My sister-in-laws are great. You know, I mean, I have no complaints or no type of issues with them at all. So, that's what it is with me and my in-laws.
That's what's up.
Let's talk about yours. How's your relationship with your in-laws?
My relationship with my in-laws are as good as I make my relationship with our in-laws. My in-laws.
Come on, you gotta bring it better than that. Now, what you mean? You gonna elaborate just a little bit?
Well, um, there's certain individuals that are
Uh-huh.
cool,
Okay.
cool people. You know,
Okay.
I mess with heavy,
Okay.
and then there's certain individuals that what's the saying? You gotta treat with a long-handled spoon,
Mm-hmm.
which I choose to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's a part in this statement right here that sticks out, and it said, "In-laws who don't know how to respect their boundaries
Yeah.
can sometimes be over the top." I think that
Yeah.
right there is an issue that we had ran into,
Mm-hmm.
but me being the person that I am, I've chosen to be more adult about the whole situation and not let stuff stress me out.
Yeah. And when you say boundaries, I mean, are we talking about in-laws that's always in your business and don't respect the parameters of what you got going on in your relationship because they want to know everything? Or are we talking about like in-laws that are like real standoffish towards you?
Um, not respecting boundaries. Um, I'll say not know their place. Does that make sense?
Okay. 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 So not knowing their place,
Mm-hmm.
as in they want to be involved with everything within your relationship. Is that kind of sort of what a
Kind of, sort
it
of.
could be more than one way that son that boundary thing go.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know people that I've heard horror stories about. God dang man, every time I do something, they got something to say. They don't respect our personal life. It seems like I'm married to them instead of him or her.
I like the word that you just used,
What's that?
respect.
Yeah, respect goes a long way.
And I think for the longest, that was a thing that bothered me the most
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
respect aspect of things.
Okay.
I felt that me as a woman, I wasn't respected
Mm-hmm.
by certain individuals in your family.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Make plenty of sense.
So I felt I have two sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have 5 kids total, three
Yeah.
girls, 2 boys. I
Mm-hmm.
have two
Yeah.
sons. So if my sons were to marry someone
Mm-hmm.
who I see gives their all to them, make sure they're taken care of, you know, is there for them through thick and thin, all that other stuff's not doing them dirty, not out in these streets acting crazy, I would respect that individual,
Yeah. Absolutely.
you know?
Absolutely.
And I just felt like I wasn't getting the respect.
And you didn't. And I know exactly why you felt like that. And it wasn't fair to you at all. I mean, because you definitely should have got definitely more respect than what you was getting treated with. So, with that being said, I mean, I know that made you feel some type of way, and you had the right to feel that type of way because it wasn't fair to you because you've done everything. You've been exceptional as a wife, making sure
Appreciate
that,
it, baby.
I'm taken care of, making sure that the kids are taken care of, uh, keeping the house in tidy order. That's a team effort though, but you basically done more than expected, and you continue to do so. So, I mean, if anybody has some type of disrespect for you, I mean, it's because they wanted to personally. It's not because they didn't respect you as a person or as my wife. It's just that they just had some type of ill will against you, and that shit is so unfair. It's very unfair, and I mean, at the same time, it's like we uh, I know, you deserve more. And when you run it, if you in that type of situation where you're having those issues with your in laws or whoever, and people don't seem to respect you, and you put your all into your relationship, don't don't give into it. Don't give into it because they want to see a reaction out of you. And if you give them that reaction, you giving them what they want.
I mean, I feel like I've talked about before on the podcast, growth and maturity is a strong part of like who I become.
Mm-hmm.
And I made up my mind a long time ago that I'm not going to beg anyone
Mm-hmm.
to be in my life or my kids' life who doesn't want
You
to
shouldn't have to.
openly
No,
and wholeheartedly be there.
absolutely.
That's why the issues like with my in-laws don't bother me as much as they used to.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what I do feel bad for though. I feel bad for you
Well, so.
because I see that you try.
Mm-hmm.
You invite people up, you open up your doors, you offer to buy plane tickets, and it's like you're constantly being let down.
Yeah, I mean, and at first that did get to me a little bit because I'm like, damn, I'm just trying to get my folks to come out here and see me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because it's easier for them to come see me than it is for me to come see them. Plus, I don't make multiple trips to go see them. I think I deserve a trip for them to come see me every now and again. But at the same time, I understand that the finances could play a part. People scheduling could play a part. But at the same time, that's what making plans are for.
Yeah.
You make plans, what I'm saying, the budget, what I'm saying, and to get your schedule together to come see your people. I mean, and, you know, we doing fairly well. You know what I'm saying? I want to show my people, hey, look, the little kid from Georgia, what I'm saying, that really didn't have too much going on for himself before he joined the army, actually done did something good. And that's my whole thing. I'm just like, come see your boy, man. I mean,
I
but
feel
and,
you.
and to me, it's not a big deal because it's never happened, so it's like second nature. So I'm like, I don't even expect it.
And see, the thing is, like, our families are two totally different
Yeah.
entities, you know?
Mm-hmm.
My side, we're very family oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my parents have been there for the birth of all of our kids.
Yeah, that's sure.
Freaking every time you came home from a deployment, no matter where they were there. That they were sure that they were there for your deployments. Freaking even my sisters will drop anything, drop of a dime if ever you need them. Freaking I got uncles who then been there and freaking came. My grandmother came to visit me multiple times. My grandmother has been to our house in Kentucky, our house in Kansas, our house in Missouri.
Yep.
She's made her way down, and she was 70 some years old.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, if she can put forth that effort, why can't anybody else?
Because some people don't think it's important. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Family?
yeah, I'm just, some people don't think it's a priority. I'll just put it like that. Like, okay, all right, yeah, we'll make plans to come see you. But then, what I'm saying, as soon as that conversation over, there's nothing done. They're like, okay, well, we'll try to make our way up there one day. But that day never comes. And it's like, dude, why would you tell me, hey, you can do it, but I don't see no type of effort being made.
That's why I feel like you have to prioritize the things that you love.
Yeah.
And which is why we got blood family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have people in our lives that have become family over the years, And it's crazy because I sit back and I look at that. I'm like, I got my in-laws, right?
Yeah.
But I have people that aren't related, whether it be with law or blood at all, that I honestly feel like I can depend on more than my in-laws.
Yeah. It's crazy that you said that. It kind of reminded me of when my boy, I'm gonna just say his name. my boy Baxter, man, he came to see me,
Yeah.
and he ain't blood, he ain't family, but me and him, we went to war together, man. We served in Iraq together, and he made his way to come to my house,
Right.
even after I had got out of the army, you know, and he brought his family with him, and we enjoyed ourselves, and
I
I'm like,
mean,
dang,
Alicia done been up,
Alicia done been up,
and she drove
from
she drove
South
from
Carolina
South Carolina,
all the way to Kentucky.
16 hours.
Not
It wasn't
Kentucky.
Kentucky. It
I
was
mean
Kansas.
Kansas, the other Kansas.
16 hours.
Yeah,
16 hours.
yeah,
Just her and her son,
yeah.
just to come see us. And that's the thing. I feel like you prioritize the stuff that you want to prioritize.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
And if you're not there for a person, you're not there, by choice.
by choice.
By choice, especially when everything's getting handed out on a silver platter. Like, look, I'll pay for your plane ticket.
Yeah,
You ain't got to stay in a hotel.
yeah.
There's certain one person that has to stay in a hotel. But
you know what?
you don't have to stay in a hotel. There's stuff here, and it's crazy because I'm like, my sisters bond with our kids. It's crazy,
Exceptional.
And it's sad that they don't have that same relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, at some point, we have to be able to break that.
Yeah. And FaceTime can only do so much. I mean, of course you can talk to a person on FaceTime. Yeah, I see you face to face, but it ain't nothing like having that person in your presence, I mean, because having a person in your presence, you appreciate that a whole lot more than seeing them on the video screen or telephone screen, and it's not the same,
You know what's crazy? People talk about breaking generational curses, right? Stuff like that. I feel like our kids are going to somewhat have the same pattern that you did. That makes sense?
What you mean?
When it comes to your father and your father's side, how many people are you actually cool with? Blood-wise. Like, this right here, we have the same blood pumping through our bodies. I know them. I can go to Walmart, point them out, and be like, hey, cousin, from Walmart type relationship.
Hardly none, because, I mean, my relationship with my dad, was kind of tainted, to begin with. So I really don't even know my dad's people like that.
And it's like our kids are going through the same thing.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty much the same thing, but with the exception of that, they know where my people are. I had no idea what my
where your people are.
They
all in the same town.
I didn't even know my dad's mother. I don't even know who my grandmother is. I don't know my dad's dad. I don't know. I've never seen a picture of these people or nothing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a little bit different. I mean, but I see the concept that you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like you won't be... They're not going to know them.
Yeah. I mean, unless they decide to grow up one day and just head down to Georgia.
Yeah, but even then, it's like they're still not going to know them.
Yeah, yeah, because they didn't get the opportunity to know or the chance, because, I mean, it takes more than, it's two-sided, it takes more than one person making the effort.
Yeah.
So,
with that being said, I feel that I made my mind up. I don't know about your mind, but me as a person, I made my mind up that I said, I'm going to stop casting the fishing rod out there. It was a fishing string. I don't really mess with fishing. It's a string to go out there. I'm going to stop casting the string out there.
Line, baby.
It's a line.
It's a line.
I'm going to stop casting the line out there. And my mother, I was talking to my mother, and my mother was like, no, don't do that. You should always, offer or something like that. So no one can say, hey, they never offered. But it's to the point now, I'm like, we've been offering for almost 20 years.
Yeah, you can only offer so much, man, until you just, like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Why am I wasting my breath? You know?
Right. And I'm to the point now where it's like I'm tired of seeing my husband heartbroken.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing you getting excited because you think, they're gonna be here, you think something's gonna happen, and then it ends up not happening.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I can't do nothing but love them because they are that is my family.
True.
But it's just like dang, bro. I made my way out of Georgia. Became what I think is successful. And I, golly, I can't even come see you, boy. Only time, and then sometimes when I go down there, everybody ain't there. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm like, hey, y'all knew I would. Sometimes I come unannounced. But I'm like, y'all know I'm in town. What's
But
up?
either way, even when you come unannounced, it's still like, okay, well, I'm here. The town ain't that damn big. Well, darn big, excuse me.
Yeah. But yeah, but
Which is why it's like, it's to the point where we can visit Atlanta and not even tell your people you in town and be okay with it.
It don't happen before.
Yeah, and that's sad. You talking when y'all went to the Falcons
Yeah,
game?
we went to go see the Falcons. Yeah, I was there. One of my cousins knew I was there,
and still didn't say nothing.
He wanted to come see me,
But did he?
No, he ain't come see me. He ain't come see me.
So yeah, it's like, it's sad that it gets to the point where you actually can visit and just be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bruh, when we were dating, I remember when we were dating, my mom used to force you to call your mama.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I remember that.
My mom used to be like, nah, you need to call your mama.
Yeah.
You need to call your mama now. And we could never, for the life of us, understand why it was like pulling teeth. But you know the saying, you live and you learn. We live.
Yeah.
And we learn why things are done the way that it's done.
Yep.
Is it sad? Yeah. You have family. Don't get me wrong. You got family that I mess with heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I'ma try. I have tried. You've tried. But it just comes to a point where we gotta take our own advice.
And you got to.
Remember we said we gotta, was it Lego?
Yeah. I mean, and and if they do make a surprise visit out here, I'll be shocked, and I'll be like, okay, well, I'm gonna match that same energy. We just got to match the same energy,
You know what's funny about that?
What's that?
It's gonna be hard for them to surprise you when half of them still think you live in Kansas.
This is a true statement. It's a true statement. That is a true statement.
But you know what it is, what it is. The only thing we can do is love.
That's all, man.
But that's why that's when I read that thing, it hit deep with me because I've seen so many, like, I've dealt with it. I have homegirls that's dealt with it. It's like, I don't know what it is about in-laws on the male side.
Yeah, it seems like something on the male side. Every so often you see a male not getting along with his mother-in-law, but it's more of the female not getting along with the in-laws from the male side. And I don't know whether it's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's just a thing that happens or, because I guess, I don't know, particularly with the mother and the wife. I think that sometimes the mother feels like, oh, she took my baby. She took my baby.
Also,
and,
but honestly, you have to look at, I think the difference between that situation and your situation, yeah, there are dudes and mother relationships just like that, but at the same time, I think it's a man's responsibility to learn how to step up and draw that line.
Absolutely, it's a man's responsibility.
I think the thing that happened with us, which is why our in-law situation didn't break us is you grew old enough and mature enough to realize wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once you put your foot down and decided, I'm not going to tolerate no nonsense,
Yeah.
I think that right there is what kind of pushed us through and was like,
Yeah.
okay.
And for some people, that's tough, man. For
Yeah.
some men, that's tough, man. The stand on both their feet and be like, hey, look. At the end of the day, yeah, y'all my family, we raised up together, you know what I'm saying? I knew you my whole childhood or whatever. But this is my wife. This is the woman that this is my better half right here. Yeah, she came into my life later, but at the same time she's gonna be in my life longer because she's spending the rest of it with me, every day. She living with me. She gotta smell my stinking breath in the morning. She gotta wash my dirty socks. Y'all ain't doing that. So, of course, I'm going to put her first. You know what I'm saying? She making sure I eat. She making sure that, my mental health is straight, and I'm doing the same for her. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And I hope that, anybody out there, that is struggling with this type of situation, that you understand that your better half is the person that you have to put first, unless they grimy. Now you got some grimy ass people out there. Hey, if your spouse is grimy, goddamn, look, hey, I don't know.
There are some toxic people in the world that bring out the worst in folks, but I think if I had any advice to give to the people when it comes to in-laws, it would be,
don't let them break you.
Yeah, don't let them come in between what you got.
Yeah, whether that be in-laws that want to be in your business all the time, or the in-laws that just don't respect anything that you got, or don't respect your spouse. If they in your business all the time, they don't respect you or your spouse.
But they say Satan comes to steal, kill, and destroy.
Yep.
And a lot of times Satan can come in multiple forms, to include mother-in-laws. So,
damn.
So the advice that I give to the people is, don't let Satan ruin what God has given you.
Absolutely not.
And trust me from experience, it is not worth it.
It ain't.
It is better to smile and get through the little hour, 2 hours that you got to spend with them once every 6 years than it is to fight and argue. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Before the last time I went down was the last time we went. It's about 6 years, right?
Well, yeah.
I think we see leap years more than we see my in-laws.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like I said, I could have went back to Georgia. We could have went back to Georgia, but I just feel like my family was in a better predicament, and I myself was too. Cause it seemed like every time I went back home, if I stayed for a long time, I would end up in some type of trouble. It didn't matter. It did not matter, and I'd rather stay away and stay out of trouble and stay out the way than to return. But at the same time, that doesn't excuse family from communicating. Just because we ain't in the same state now, I mean we can't communicate and physically be there with each other.
That's true.
So
shit, I still talk to my sisters almost every day.
Yeah, exactly.
And we all stay in different states.
They all stay in different states, So
that's what it is.
Yeah, and not saying that I would never come back to Georgia and see my people, because I will, but I just think there should be a collaborative effort.
You finna have the people drunk.
What you mean drunk?
We're gonna start that drinking game. Every time Chad says y'all take a shot.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I say that all the time. Y'all go back and listen to the other podcast and see if I say it too many times.
Right. If someone can give me a count of how many times he says, You know,
It's like a tick. I don't know.
I lost count. Real talk. But that's
Yeah.
another episode. In-laws. I ain't getting into too many details because you know there's toes out there that I do not want to step on. So I'm gonna be the Christian and not step on them.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
If y'all want to hear some stories though, hit me up. I got you. I got you. If y'all dealing with some stressful situations, hit me up because I got you.
Man, yeah, she done been through the ringer. I ain't gonna lie.
But we got to go ahead and get on out of here.
Yep.
Right.
We'll catch y'all.
Got some things to do. Got
Yep.
some things to do. But everyone have a safe holiday.
Yeah, enjoy the 4th, guys. First of all, I hope y'all enjoy Juneteenth. But
yeah,
definitely, enjoy the 4th.
Don't forget to put it in reverse, Terry.
Yeah,
Don't go out there. Don't go out there losing any fingers, or toes, or whatnot. And as always, I'm the K. And you know what? I ain't give out my bruh. What time? Shoot, we 31 minutes in.
It don't matter. Go ahead.
So as y'all know, I give out my Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, email, all that. If you got any questions, concerns, go to askkcvibe@gmail.com. But bruh, I had some female add me on Snapchat, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's someone who listened to the podcast because they added me by name. When I tell you, she sent me 3 back-to-back videos of her just sitting there playing with her breastises or lack thereof. I ain't doing that no more. Y'all hit me up on TikTok though. AYO_KO and the number 2. That's AYO_KAYO and the number 2. Instagram, you got @TheReal_Knockout. We are actually on Instagram now as KC Vibe, so you can look up KC Vibe on the Instagram, as you say. And don't forget that Facebook page as well. You can listen to our podcast anywhere where you listen to podcasts. We are streaming everywhere. If you can't find it, just Google KC Vibe Podcast, and you guys will be able to find us. I think that's all the credentials, right?
I ain't do mine.
You can do yours.
I ain't do mine. I forgot mine already.
If you want, want people on your Snapchat, go for it.
I ain't giving away that Snappy chat. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you can hit your boy up on Instagram and TikTok at MartyMar86. That's at MartyMar86. So, don't be a stranger. Hit me up and let me know what's up. Speak your mind. They ain't gonna respond if it deserves a response. So.
And if y'all still living under a rock and can't listen to these podcasts where they stream, go ahead and catch it on YouTube. YouTube at KC Vibe. You'll be able to find all the podcasts. You guys gonna get them a couple days later, but they'll still be on there.
Yeah, they'll still be on there.
Right.
And go back and listen to the other podcasts too, people. I mean, we gonna continue to deliver the flavor.
The flavor. Okay. Well, as always, I'm the K.
And your boy right here, the C.
And thanks for vibing with us.
All right, vibe, people.
Bye.